so much. We have quite a group here. I feel like I should have worn my cheerleading outfit. Maybe not. Anyway, the people you're about to meet have a reason to smile after so much heartbreak. After Superstorm Sandy, the football coach from Manhattan Xavier High School, Chris Stevens, was not concerned about whether his team won or lost. He saw continuing the season as an opportunity for the team to take its mind off its troubles, specifically for the 11 varsity players who were forced out of their homes by Sandy.
And it worked. This past Saturday, Xavier took home the citywide Catholic High School AA Championship, defeating the St. John the Baptist team 35-14. Round of applause, guys. Joining us this morning is Coach Chris Stevens and the Xavier Knights football team. Good morning to all of you, and congratulations.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, you know what? When you head into a game, sometimes you have an injured reserve list, players who can't play.
Right.
How many of these players were affected by the storm who could have very easily been on a list like that?
We had 43 players on the roster, and 11 of them are out of their houses. It's a tough situation.
Ryan, tell us what happened with your family, because I'm hearing that you actually saved some of your family members when Sandy came barreling through your neighborhood. Are you in Breezy Point?
I'm in Rockaway.
Rockaway. So tell us what happened.
Once the flooding happened, there was about 5-6 feet of water in my basement, and it was only a couple inches to my first floor. So I was worrying about the flooding the whole time, and I look outside and I see flames in the distance. So now, not only did I have to worry about the water's reaching my first floor, I had to worry about my house burning down. So.
And this is your house now, right?
Oh, yes, yep.
Burned down to the ground?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
We should mention, by the way, joining us on the couch, Ryan McDade, Ryan Kilgallen, and Jimmy Wolfer. And guys, you're speaking pretty much for the team. When something like this happens, was your first inclination to say, I can't play, I can't do this? Ryan?
Yeah, I really didn't know how we were going to get through it, but everyone really stepped up big time. My teammate, he had all three of us staying at his house. So to know that the sport was there just meant so much to us and really helped us get through and push through that hard time.
So meanwhile, you guys are not only trying to do a championship, do your schoolwork, but you're dealing with your family members who are devastated. You're out of your homes, right?
Yeah.
So what kept you together? How did you persevere through this?
Coach asked us right after the storm whether we could play the next couple games, and all of us were determined to get it done, and we really wanted to play these last games for some of our senior year, and even for the juniors. We did.
Coach, there's so many analogies we make to the lessons that sports can teach us in life.
Right.
What do you think the takeaway is from what's gone on with this team?
I tell you, in the beginning of the season, I was teaching boys how to play football. By the end of the season, I was inspired, and men were teaching me how to persevere. So that's what I take away, perseverance.
See, you're dealing with keeping these kids together because they've lost everything. I'm sure their families are devastated, heartbroken. You also lost your practice field.
Yeah.
And so every which way, you were dealing with conflict.
Right. The league called and said, listen, talk to your players and see if you are still a viable team. And the first thing when I got power back, because I had lost power for a week, was to try to find out where everybody was scattered to and try to put the team back together. And to a man, as I was calling to find guys, the league wants to know if we can play. I said, Coach, we've lost everything. Please, don't let us lose this too. And they really took that emotional high and ran with it.
Jimmy, you're in a Catholic school, but I think the lessons of faith spread out to every religion. What have you learned about faith and camaraderie in light of the events? And
just coming back after the storm and seeing all the support of my classmates and my team, it was just phenomenal. And I felt we grew so much closer.
And Ryan?
Yeah, just knowing that everyone was there for us, and something big like this usually brings it down, but we really stepped it up and picked each other up.
And Ryan?
Yeah, it was great. The teammates and my coaches and classmates, they've been offering so much, and not only brought us back together, like with all the displaced kids on the team, it really helped us like take our mind off of the situation.
Coach, you're a tough guy in a tough sport.
Okay.
When you won that game, or when you went home that night, did you shed a tear?
We had a feeling of what this could be, you know. We talked about it after we had beaten Mount St. Michael. They were the #1 seed. And we said, listen, if we can accomplish this, we could be the feel-good story of Sandy, you know. Not only for us, not only for the school, but for the city, you know, that we can overcome this, we can begin to rebuild. That's what these hammers are all about.
Yeah, what are the hammers
you know,
for?
We had volunteer buses of volunteers going down to help people gut their houses and things of that nature. And I saw these hammers and I said, man, that's the symbol. That's love and support right there in the red hammer.
Ryan, meanwhile, where are you living these days?
I'm now living in Marine Park. Yeah, we rented a house in Marine Park, but after the storm, I was living at Connor Sweet's house, who's a player on the team, and he had me, Brian, Jimmy, and Brian Carlin, who's also on the team. So, yeah, they've been very supportive.
Well, gentlemen, we could not be more proud. We could not be more thrilled, not only for what you achieved on the field, but the lessons you have taught everyone who's watched you. So thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause as we go to commercial break. Stick around. Everybody back. You're watching Good News.